our page set up. I really can't. And I think it's because this plastic might be one reason. And I think proximity, because I'm really close to it so you can hear me. I can hear like some background noise, but not like distinguishable voices or people or anything like that. Today's my mom's birthday. I know. You know, the funny thing is she's the klutziest person I've ever met, and I'm not superstitious at all, but she has broken several bones on Friday the 13th. It's like, I even like feel like I have to text message her and be like, okay, Mom, it's Friday the 13th, be careful. Okay, our learning target today is I can simplify expressions involving a fraction bar. Okay, so today is the last like kind of new thing. And then on Monday we're gonna do the same thing, but we're gonna throw in some decimals and some fractions. It's gonna be really exciting. And then we'll review on Tuesday and then take that quiz on Wednesday, okay? All right, so one of these examples I accidentally put in your homework, so you get to do it twice. But I'm gonna set this example up and then we're gonna take a look at it and talk about it. All right. So the fraction bar is this bar right here down the middle, okay? And the reason I don't like PEMDAS is because it assumes that parentheses are the only grouping, and it's not. These fraction bars create grouping. So we would say that everything on the top is grouped and everything on the bottom is grouped. So whenever you have a fraction bar, you're going to completely simplify the top and completely simplify the bottom before you do anything else, okay? And so we would consider each is grouped. Okay, so the numerator is all grouped together and the denominator is all grouped together. Now this does have its advantages because when we're solving, the top and the bottom are completely separate until you get them each down to one number. That's the numerator and the denominator. So we can actually simplify this simultaneously as we go down. So on the top, I have two operations, division and addition. So I'm going to do this division first. Okay, so negative 24 divided by 8 is going to be negative 3. Okay, well, since the bottom and the top have no effect on each other, I can start simplifying the bottom as well. So you have addition and an exponent. So I'm going to simplify this exponent first. So this is negative 8 plus 16. And I'm going to simplify the top and I'm going to simplify the bottom. So they each only have one operation left. So we're going to do this and we're going to do this. So negative 3 plus negative 3 is negative 6. And negative 8 plus 16 is a positive 8. Now, You can do one of two things. You can leave it as a fraction to simplify it, or you can turn it into a decimal. So if I simplify this fraction, it's going to be 3/4, or you can divide it and get negative 75 hundredths. Okay, I'm going to give you guys one to practice. This is multiplication right here, that little dot. I'll actually make it bigger so you can see it. Okay, so go ahead and try that one, see what you get.
Negative 14 over negative 9.
Negative 14 over what?
Negative 9.
Negative 9. Okay. Somebody else got that too? Like that?
Yes.
Okay. Did anyone get anything different? What did you get, Lily?
I got 18 over 9.
Okay. Anyone else? Carson. Negative 14 over positive 9? Okay. Anyone else? Yeah. 18 over 9. Okay. What does 18 over 9 reduce to?
2.
2. Okay. Alright. So let's take a look and see how you did. Okay, so check it out. If you made a mistake, let me know. Make sure you know what you did wrong. I'm really curious. Those of you that got this negative 14 over 9 and negative 14 over negative 9, what did you guys do? Carson. I'm sorry, I have horrible hearing. Can you say it again? Okay. Oh, did you maybe make this negative 16? Is that what happened? Okay. Because it's in parentheses. So this part's in parentheses, so you want to keep it in parentheses here. That's probably what happened, right, guys?
No, I didn't keep it in parentheses, but I still got 2.
Adam, what were you going to say?
I was gonna say that once I thought that once
Once they're used, then you don't need them anymore?
Yeah.
Well, in this case, they're actually not done being used yet, because it's that whole thing, 5 minus 9, that's squared. Okay, I'm gonna do one more example for you. Are we good on this? You guys understand? Everyone's good? Okay. So let's take a look at one more example, because sometimes the fraction bar does not go all the way across the whole problem. Okay, this ends up being a really huge number. But so when you're doing this, like your fraction, or your fraction bar right here, you're going to simplify the top, and then you can divide it or turn it into a decimal or leave it as a fraction, whatever you want to do. And then you can do the rest, like you can include it in the rest of the problem. So let's go one step at a time. First thing we're going to do is grouping. Well, we have a grouping up here, and we have a grouping over here. Now, if the groupings don't affect each other, you can simplify both of these at the same time. But I'm going to go one step at a time just to make sure I don't lose anybody. So I'm going to do this portion first because it's inside the parentheses. Or because of that, I want to get this simplified. So this is going to be -8. Well, notice that it's the whole thing that's being brought to the third power. So we need to leave the parentheses there. Because if I drop them, it changes the meaning of it, okay? And then I'm going to bring everything else down just like it is. Okay. Now I'm going to do this grouping up here. So 17 times 2 is 34. Okay, now we can do our exponent. Now it's it's an odd exponent, and there's a negative inside the parentheses, so I know my answer is going to be negative. And this is a really big number. I think it's 512. Okay. And so I'm going to bring this down. Okay, now we have division happening here, but notice this division looks different than that division symbol we are used to seeing. But this is still division, okay? And then we have subtraction. So we're going to divide first. Okay, so 34 divided by -2 is going to be -17. Okay, and then we're going to keep switch. So it's going to be -17 plus 512, and then we get 495. Looks good? Yeah? Okay, awesome. All right, so I'm going to give you the rest of the class too. Is there anyone that wants to try thatquiz.org again before you leave to try to get candy? Okay, I'll put a code up on the board for you. And the rest of you, you can start your homework for tonight, and if you have any questions, let me know, okay? Yes, Shinobu? Yeah, and if you don't get 100 the second time, it's fine.